Welcome to the Brand Doctor Podcast, strategies that help entrepreneurs build reputable and profitable brands. Here's your host, Henry Kaminski Jr.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Henry Kaminski here from UniqueDesignz.net with another Brand Doctor Podcast episode. Welcome to the show, guys. Hope you guys are doing awesome today. We are continuing our week's theme on building a conscious brand. And today's daily gem is all about the ego of perfection. And so a lot of you guys have been hearing me talk about these brand audits that I do for my clients. And I've been doing them now for the past about 8 weeks or so. And I'm noticing a common denominator, which is a big problem. When I see the clients go and fill out these initial brand audit questionnaires, almost every single one of these folks are all focusing in on perfecting the tactics of building their brand versus focusing and working to build on the fundamentals, which is really going to take their brands to the next level. So, listen, I get it. We live in a shortcut world. The reality is that all great things take time. And I was watching some YouTube videos the other day, and I happened to bump into one with Charlemagne the God in it. And for those of you who don't know who Charlemagne is, he's a very reputable and very well-known radio jockey here in the New York, New Jersey tri-state area. And one of the things that he said, which really, really resonated with me, he says, when I was first starting out in the business, I said to myself, and I made a promise to myself that I will be the next big name next to Stern, next to all these other guys that are very successful in the radio industry. And he says, I knew it wasn't going to come overnight, but I knew that my time would eventually come. So what did I do? I did everything that I needed to do, one step at a time, put my head down, and just went to work. And eventually his time came. And now he's one of the biggest names in hip-hop, one of the biggest names in radio when it comes to that genre of music and that industry and that demographic that there is. And so here's the problem. What happens when you try to perfect every little thing as you're trying to build your brand? What happens when you let your ego get in the way? What if we all lived in houses with no solid foundations? You get where I'm going. So today's lesson is this. Too many people want the baby to be Too many people want the baby to be born all grown up. And that's the problem. This is a process. When you're growing your brand, it is a process of growing and getting better and better and better every single day. In my opinion, perfection is never reached, but excellence is a daily task. And Jim Collins, in that book, Good to Great, which is one of my favorites, he focuses in on looking at the small chunks, the small little wins that you set for yourself, and perfecting them one at a time over the course and over a period of time. Trying to do all this at once leads to paralysis. And that's why people get stuck. So let me give you a quick example. You know, I talked about Tony Robbins and I talked about Gary Vaynerchuk yesterday. And I am just so inspired watching old videos of these guys because they all started somewhere. And you can watch the videos of 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. And for Tony, maybe 20 years ago. He's been in the game a while, right? They're all so rough around the edges because they all had to start somewhere. And they weren't trying to perfect everything right out of the gate. You know, they didn't try something for 3 times, realize that they weren't good at it, and just stopped and gave up. They continued the process of growing every single day. They enjoyed the journey of growing every single day. And they enjoyed every single day of what they were doing. And now look at them. They didn't let perfection get in the way. They took it step by step, little by little, and eventually became the masters that they are today. So I'm not saying go out there and be the next Tony Robbins. I'm not saying go out there and be the next Gary Vee. I'm saying be conscious of what you're doing every single day, how you're doing it every single day, and why you're doing it every single day. So today's prescription from the Brand Doctor is this. I want you to clear one thing off of your backlog today. I want you to do it well. Let go of the perfection, let go of the ego, and just get it done. Guys, remember this. Rome wasn't built in a day. And neither will your brand. So there you have it, guys. Another episode in the books. I ask, if you find these episodes valuable, please share them with a friend or colleague. Drop me some comments on social media. I want to hear that this stuff is helping you. Because that fires me up to give you even more. So, have an awesome day, guys. And I will catch you on the next episode. Talk to you soon.
You've been listening to the Brand Doctor Podcast with Henry Kaminski Jr. To get your appointment with the doctor, visit Brand Audit at www.uniquedesignz.net.